Calum reflects on Jeremy's removal.
Now Jeremy's left, right? I think it just takes away... You know what, funny enough, a few people in here wish Jeremy the best, including myself. But what happens when you take someone away that's making other people feel uncomfortable, a little bit of pressure is relieved, you know? So some people feel and want to hope Jeremy the best, but now that he's gone, there's no angst, there's no worry, there's no fear, there's no so on and so forth, with Jeremy in particular. So realistically, if I'm completely honest, Jeremy leaving has lightened the mood and made it all a bit more relaxed. I mean, everyone's still fucking absolutely crazy, but it's lightened the situation, and I think maybe taken away some tension and some angst and stuff like that. So, you know, it's okay.
Calum reflects on Ken's removal and Bananagate.
We had a really good day yesterday, actually. When Ken left, bless him, everyone was quite happy. It was a relaxed vibe. Everyone was kind of enjoying themselves. Conversations were good. There was no tension. And then I was starting to pick up on, like, I think what happens here is, like, the weakest of the pack, I suppose, gets attacked next. You know, it's like when one goes, like, who's the next one? And I could feel the girls kind of conspiring against Alicia, bless her. But I understand where everyone's coming from, because if you're in a group like this, it's sneaky to take food and hide it. That's what I feel. I'd never take food and hide it from people. But she said she panicked. Who knows what she's used to? Who knows how her past has been? But let's think about the bigger picture here. It's a banana. You know what I mean?
Nominations.
Big brother, my first nomination is Perez. I find him to be the root of awkwardness in this house continuously. I think he just brings some negativity and seems to be manipulating a real weird vibe. My second nomination, big brother, is Alicia. I find she doesn't pay attention, you know. She always is asking questions over and over about the same thing. She's not alert to what's going on. I feel like sometimes she's a bit clueless to the situation, which makes it uncomfortable for everybody else. And unfortunately, you know, I feel like everybody has to explain a lot to her all the time because she doesn't quite get it, and she's sometimes a bit like, where, what, who, how, and you just think, bless you, but at the same time, it can be quite full-on and a bit, you think to yourself, catch up, like, pay attention so people don't have to repeat themselves or look at each other like, did she really just miss that?
Calum gives his opinion on Perez.
He has caused so much shit and so much grief. Yesterday he's going, oh, I don't care, I want to go home, I want to go home. Do you bollocks, yeah? And I'm watching him downstairs today, performing like a monkey, screaming loud, trying to make jokes that aren't even funny just to be entertaining. And I'm just like, dude, you are such a fake. But I dread and I fear the fact of leaving here before somebody like that. I'm a nice guy, I'm a good guy, I like to think anyway, and the guy isn't. You know what I mean? So you think, how can the bad outdo the good? His blowing it so out of proportion, oh, I'm so funny and this is so funny and I'm on the happy train. It's like, dude, you've caused negativity for 10 days. How the hell are you on the happy train? You're so not. You're faking it because you want to win this shit, and it frustrates the life out of me. I hope people out there can see the fakeness in this shit. Ooh, and breathe, Calum.
Nominations.
My first nomination is Nadia. The situation with her and Perez has been so ongoing that it's hard for me to see past that. I think there's still some tension in the house because of the relationship she had with Perez, and that her way of backing Perez when she shouldn't, with a situation with Cammy where Perez said that if he was Cammy's boyfriend that he would break up with her. I think it's unfair that Perez would bring in an outside situation or outside relationship, and I didn't like the fact that kind of Nadia was happy to kind of back him in a way. My second nomination is Patsy. I don't think that Patsy deals with the tension and the negativity in a very good way. It seems to stress her out a lot. She takes herself away from any sort of minor conflict or confrontation, and she just seems to be taking herself out of the situation at hand, and kind of means that she's isolating herself.
Calum ponders Perez's fakeness.
I don't want to have a problem with Perez. I don't want to have a problem with Nadia, but it's been an ongoing thing for the 20-something days we've been in here. But now Perez is friendly, and Perez is nice to people. I look at it like he's done a great underdog story. He's gone from being hated and disliked and causing trouble to using 2 days away as a thinking point to clear his head and come back a changed man. Yeah? Even the shaving of his face, I see it. I see to myself, oh, he's come back as this joyous, fun-trained character that has apologized and wants to get along with everybody. If it's real, then awesome. You know, unless I am properly pushed or properly provoked or I feel someone really needs to be stood up for, I'll happily do that. But I would rather sit back, and if people have problems, then they have problems and they need to crack on with their own problems, because no one's going to screw up my experience.
Calum has come to the diary room to cool down after an argument broke out in the kitchen.
Let me tell you how I'm feeling. Pretty riled up. Perez seriously pissed me off just then. And he's lucky we're in this place. I'm not an angry person. I like to think I've stayed cool and calm. Maybe lost it a little bit here and there, but this morning, I'm wondering what that dude's doing in this house. He's so lucky that we're in this house. I've got to smile about it because I don't want to lose my cool. Because I want to leave this house on a good note. I can't let one person that's a complete knob ruin it for me. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I got no time for the guy. Shouldn't be here. Causes problems, causes shit. Selfish, obnoxious. Game player. Not in my circle of friends, man. Fuck that. But he's a nasty piece of work, old Perez. Nasty piece of work, and I hope to see him go. Because he doesn't deserve to stay here. The dude always just causes problems and tension, and he's trying to create this kind of, you know, everyone angry against his nemesis. And I just hate that my fucking temper almost went then, because I just, the last thing I want is that. Oh. I don't know why he started with me there, man. He's fucking giving me grief for trying to keep the peace. Like, fuck off, you absolute tool. But that's just my opinion.
Calum is satisfied now that Perez is miserable without Nadia.
Nadia has gone, which leaves kind of Perez by himself. It must feel pretty lonely, good. He must feel pretty isolated, good. You know what I mean? Like, you've set yourself up for that one, buddy. Deal with it, you know? As much as I hated the tension Perez caused in this house and I hated the drama, I still was a dude that talked to Perez. And his argument with me yesterday morning was a schoolboy error on his part, because it means I now have no time for him. You know, you let those things go eventually. It was an insult to me, for sure. But, like, you let those things slide. Like, I cooked dinner last night and I cooked some for him just to say whatever, you know what I mean? But he chose not to eat it, so maybe that's where he stands, so be it. I could give a shit. Let him crack on having no mates for the rest of the show. I mean, it sucks to say that, but he's made his bed, he's got to lie in it. No sympathy from me, big brother.
In today's task, housemates were paired up and were faced with a difficult decision. By pressing a button they would win a letter from home. However, this would destroy their opponent's letter from home. Michelle chose not to press the button while Cammy chose to press the button, destroying Michelle's letter. Calum gives his thoughts.
Hello. My only question is, am I able to give my letter to Michelle so she can receive her letter, please?
That will not be possible, Calum.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Michelle, I can tell, is a bit upset because she's thinking it should have been a group effort, but at the same time, you're here for you. So I think Michelle shouldn't make Cammy feel that bad, because as much as you want to make friends and acquaintances, you do what's right. Yeah, I gotta say, somewhat slightly selfish from Cammy, but, you know, Cammy's a young, small girl, far away from home, cries about missing her mom. So it's like I felt her for her, you know? So I let Cammy do what she needed to do, and that's how I feel about it.
Earlier Calum and Perez got in an argument. Calum reflects.
Hello, Calum.
Hello, big brother.
How's your evening been?
My evening's been pretty eventful, to be fair. Perez is a hater, and tonight he went for it, so I fucking gave it back to him all day long. I will ruin the dude, but I don't want to ruin people. That's not what I'm here for, and I hate the fact that that shit consumes you in here. But we're close to the end. We're all on edge. We're all tense. We're all curious what happens next, and little things can spark into big things, and what he does is he turns it all about him, and he turns it all about into how he sees things, like it's fucking his choice, because he is the almighty, and it's like, fuck off, mate, you're not, you know what I mean? Who are you really? I don't even know you, I didn't even hear you, and he's telling me he only puts up with me. It's like, are you fucking serious? Like, fuck you, who are you? The fact that he had the nerve to try to tell me how I'm playing a game, it's like, kiss my ass, dude. There is no game in me. Like, I'm as genuine and honest as I can be. This is me in here and out of here. Maybe on the outside amongst close friends, I'll open up more, but I'm a closed book. And if you're gonna try to tell me, we don't know this about you, we don't know that about, good mate, I don't want you to know that about me, and maybe I don't want some people to know that about me, because that's how I am, yeah? But I'm in here doing me, and if he doesn't understand that, because the guy's such a farce, and all you can do is hope that the viewers will see some people are real, and some people are full of it, and then they make the decision, and I hope and I have faith they make the right decision.
Earlier, Kavana and Perez were evicted. The finalists are Calum, Keith, Katie Hopkins, Katie Price, and Michelle.
Get in! Ha-ha! Woo! That feels good, big brother. To know that I came in here and did what I needed to do, and people understood it and kept me into the final, is a goddamn good feeling, big brother. So thank you to all of you.
Has the twisted fairy tale lived up to everything you hoped it would?
No, it's been shit.
Yes!
Brother, sorry, go on.
For those of us who've been here from day one, no
Is that a dig again, Michelle?
No offense,
You
Frankie.
keep digging at me
But-
because you brought me in 10 days late.
Listen,
it's not my fault.
listen, bitch, shut up!
And I'm still here, so deal with it.
There's another argument.